So you ready to go back in time? Okay. So let's close our eyes. And when we wake up, we're going to be back in the 1950s. We're going back in time. The Twilight Zone.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Let's give a nice big hand for Dion and the Belmonts and Teenager in Love. Let's sing along with us, okay? Together, right? Each time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart. For I am so glad that we would have to part. Each night I ask the stars up above. Sing it for me. Don't worry about that person next to you. You don't get any complaints in the shower, right? One day I feel so happy. Next day I feel so sad. I guess I'll learn to take the good with the bad. Each night I ask the stars up above. I want to hear you. Come on. There you go. I've cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that will be so hard to do. And if you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above. Sing it for me. Why must I be a teenager? That's when you get the good seats. I've cried a tear for nobody but you. I'd be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that will be so hard to do. And if you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above. One more time, come on. Oh, wait, your face is breaking out now. I got clearer stuff for you. Must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love? It's nice to be teenagers again, isn't it? It was a long time ago. Now this is a story about a girl. Thank you. I once knew. She wasn't the nicest girl in the world. Kind of goes like this. Ready? Here's my story. It's sad but true. About a girl that I once knew. She took my love then ran around with every single guy in town. Hit it. Oh, 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 give me a loud, 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 whoa, 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 I should have known from the very start, the girl will leave you with a broken heart. So listen, people, while I'm telling you, sing it for me. I miss the lips and the smile on her face, the touch of her hand, the girl's warm embrace. So if you don't want to cry like I do, what? Whoa, 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 give me an ah. She likes to travel around. She loves you, then she puts you down. So people, let me put you wise. What does she do? That's not nice. love and my love still grows. Ask any fool that we never knew. I keep away from a runner. We're not at a Baptist commercial. Keep away from that girl. I don't know what to do. Keep away from Sue. Give me a op. She likes to travel around. She loves it, then she puts you down. So people, let me put you wise. What does she do? Here's the moral of the story from a guy who knows. I fell in love and my love still grows. I ask any fool that she ever knew to tell you. Oh, keep away from that girl. I don't know what to do. Keep away from Sue. Give me a big eye. I did a great job. Run around, Sue. Give yourself a nice big hand. Now we got a special guest for you this evening. Well, this afternoon. Comes from all the way down in Austin, Texas. His name is Conway Twitty. Does anybody remember Conway Twitty? Here's his big hit, Conway Twitty, and It's Only Make Believe. Let's give a hand for Conway Twitty. Thank you. Conway, come on. People see us everywhere. They think you really care. But my heart I can't deceive. I know it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes, my dreams come true. My one and only you, and no one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's only make believe. My hopes, my dreams come true. My life I give for you. My heart a wedding ring. My all, my everything. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you care. My hopes, my dreams come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My prayers, my hopes, my schemes, you rule my every dream, but it's only make I'm not bringing him anymore. He's only 54. What the hell, you know? But you know what? We had a hard time finding this place. You know, we're coming from Jersey, and this is not the, well, you know, it was right off the highway, but we had a hard time. But luckily, we had the GPS, the new senior GPS. I ordered it only like last week. It's phenomenal. It's only for seniors, and it not only tells you how to get there, but when you get there, it tells you what you went there for. True story. That's a true story. Now, I gotta tell you, I don't know, hey guys, remember when we were kids, when we were 18 years old, back in the 50s, you had to sign up for the draft. They had the draft in those days. And if you didn't have a good excuse by the time you were 20, you were on your way to basic training, right? And all of us. So here's this guy, he goes down to basic training, and he writes home to his girlfriend. He says, you know, he says, I miss you so much. You know, I can't believe how much I miss you. I'm 1,000 miles away. Remember that song, 1,000 Miles Away? And he says, but, you know, I promise you, when I get home, we'll get married. Just wait for me 2 years. Well, guess what? She waited for him 2 years. And he found himself on a stoop. Anybody know what a stoop is? Yes. I did a show in Pennsylvania like about a year or so ago. Not one person in the room knew what a stoop was. So here he is, he's standing on the stoop, and he's looking up at the door, and his girlfriend comes to the door, and she's even more beautiful than he remembers her. And he looks up at her, and he says to her, let's see if I got the right thing. He looks up and he says to her, come on, play. You're my love, you're my angel, you're the girl of my dreams. I'd like to thank you for waiting patiently. You all know it, come on, sing it. Oh, that's so pretty. Right on tune. Daddy's home to stay. How I've waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend wrote it, told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home. Sing it for me, come on. Daddy's home to stay. Hey, 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 hey. You know this part? It wasn't on a Sunday, Monday and Tuesday went by. It wasn't on a Tuesday afternoon. All I could do was cry. But I made a promise that you'd treasure. I made it back home to you. How I waited for this moment, sing it, to be by your side. Your best friend wrote it, told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Will you sing it for me nice and loud? Ready? Daddy's home. Oh, that's good. Daddy's home to stay. Yes, he is. Daddy's home to stay. Your part, ready? Nice try. Okay. Now, this song was written in 1941. It was written by a young lady that was hoping her husband would come home from the Second World War safe. And she called it Hurry Home to Me. Now, it never made a hit. Bing Crosby put it out. Dean Martin had it out. Never made a hit. Not until 1951, when a young lady named Jo Stafford changed the name to You Belong to Me. And then 10 years later, a group from my hometown, Jersey City, put it out. They call themselves the Duprees. So, are you going to promise me you're going to do this part with me? Every time we get to You Belong to Me, that's your part, okay? Can you do it? All right, here we go. All together, give me an ah. Doing good. See the pyramids along the Nile. Watch the sunrise on a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while. Your turn, ready? There you go. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember when a dream appears. These Italian guys, I thought they all can sing Italian guys. Yeah. I'd be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too. And blue, right? Fly the ocean in a silver plane. Watch the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember till you're home again. Now, I'm gonna count to 3. In Jersey City, Brooklyn, and the Bronx, we call it tree. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You belong to me. Give yourselves a nice big hand. Thank you. All right. Now we got a special guest for you. And, oh, look at this guy. This guy recorded this song in a garage, and all they heard was crickets in the background. So he said, what the hell, we'll call it Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice big hand for Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
All right, gonna need some help here. It's a song I wrote when I saw a John Wayne movie. That'll be the day. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day. Hey, hey, when I die. Well, when Cupid shot his dart, he shot it at your heart. So if we ever part, then I'll leave you. You tell me that you hold me, and then you tell me boldly that someday, well, I'll be blue. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day. Hey, hey, when I die, yeah. When you say goodbye, yes, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day. Hey, hey, when I die, well, you give me all your loving and your turtle doving, all your hugs and kisses and your money too. Well, you tell me that you hold me, and then you tell me boldly that someday, well, I'll be through. Well, when you say goodbye, yes, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day. Hey, hey, when I die, well, that'll be the day. Let's hear you. Woo, woo, that'll be the day. Woo, woo, that'll be the day. Woo, woo, that'll be the day.
Okay. that'll be the day. So, Helen Hayes Hospital somewhere around here, right? Where is it? How far? Haverstraw. In fact, about a month ago, I went to Helen Hayes Hospital to visit a friend of mine. He was having a knee replacement. And he was waiting. I'm waiting for him to come out of the room. And I heard these people, this couple, they were an older couple. They were in a room right next to him. And they're arguing with each other. And I'm saying, what the hell are they talking about? And she's saying, I want a divorce. And he says, we're married 60 years. You want a divorce? What do I tell the grandchildren? What do I tell my children? What do we tell everybody? 60 years. She says, I don't care if it's 60 years or 1 year. I want a divorce. That's it. I can't take you anymore. He said, come on. He says, I don't want to get a divorce. She said, I want a divorce. He says, why would you want a divorce after all these years? She says, I'll tell you why. She says, that's because all you do is push me around and talk behind my back. And he says, you're in a wheelchair. It's a true story. But anyway, you know what's great? You know what's great about the songs of the 50s? They had a story. Where the hell is this music today? No stories. They're just cursing. What are they doing? We had a story to our songs. And my favorite story of the songs of the 50s was about a guy that was so jealous of his girlfriend, he would go over her house every night, check to see if she was cheating on him. So one day he's walking by the house, and he looks up into a window, and there she is behind the curtains, behind the shades, kissing another guy. Does anybody know the name of that song? Silhouette. Now, when I recorded this song like 30 years ago, I left a nice spot for everybody to sing along. So, believe it or not, you're going to remember every word to every song. When I do the first line, you're going to know the second line. So, you ready to do it? Here's the Rays and Silhouettes. We do a little stroll. All together, give me an ah. Took a walking past your house when? Late last night. All the shades were pulled and drawn. Way outside. From within a dim light cast, two silhouettes on the shade. Oh, what a lovely couple they made. Put his arms around your waist, held you tight. Kisses I could almost taste in the night. Wondering why I'm not the guy whose silhouette's on the shade. I couldn't hide these tears in my eyes. Sing it for me. Silhouette, 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 oh. Silhouette, 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 silhouette. I felt like the Pope. Lost control and rang your bell. I was sore. Let me in or else I'll be. Then two strangers who had been two silhouettes on the shade said to my shop, you're on the wrong block. The whole time I'm on the wrong block. How do you figure it? Rushed down to your house with wings on my feet. Love you like I never loved. Now that you and I would be two silhouettes on the shade, all of our days, two silhouettes on the shade. Sing it for me. Silhouette, 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 silhouette. I owe two silhouettes on the yourselves a nice big hand. All right. Now I'm gonna have to have a drink of water. Is that how you say water here, right, in Pearl River? I know you're all from the Bronx and Brooklyn. So, Joe, would you just give me a little sip of that water? Don't take it. Because this group that I'm going to introduce is probably one of the hardest ones to sing, other than Frankie Valli, which I can't do anymore. But this group came from Los Angeles, and they had 40 hit songs, and from 1952 to 1962, they charted 40 times. 4 of them went to number 1. Anybody got an idea? The top group of the 50s? Who would you think it would be? No, the Beatles weren't around then. They were in kindergarten. Who do you think? Come on, I'll give you a little hint. Who said the Platters? You win. I don't have nothing to give you, but you win. So we're going to do the Platters. And my favorite song is the Twilight Time. So you want to sing along with me? Because it's a beautiful song. And it kind of goes like this. The Platters. Tony Williams.
Heavenly shades of nightfall. It's twilight time. Out of the mist your voice is calling. It's twilight time. When purple colored curtains mark the end of day, I'll hear you, my dear, at twilight time. Deepening shadows gather splendor as day is done. Fingers of night will soon surrender the setting sun. I count the moments, darling, till you're here with me. Together, at last, at twilight time. Here, in the afterglow of day, we keep our rendezvous. And he's sweet and same old way. I fall in love again as I did then. Deep in the dark, your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. Each day I pray for evening just to be with you together. At last, at twilight time. Here, in the afterglow of day, we keep our rendezvous beneath the blue. Here, and he's sweet and same old way. I fall in love again as I did then.
You don't even know I'm here.
Your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. Each day I pray for evening just to be with you together at last at twilight time. Together at last at twilight time.
The Platters. Tony Williams is on the Platters. Thank you. Okay, now we do have a special guest for you. And if you remember, his mother and father had a television show. This guy's way ahead of me. And they had a son, actually their youngest son. His name was Ricky. Anyway, Ricky Nelson. So let's have a nice big hand for Mr. Ricky Nelson. Hey, Ricky.
I used to play around with hearts that hastened at my call. But when I met that little girl, I knew my heart would fall. Poor little fool, oh yeah, I was a fool, She'd play around and tease me with her carefree devil eyes. She'd hold me close and tease me, but her heart was full of lies. Poor little fool, oh yeah, I was a fool, She told me that she'd care for me and that we'd never part. And so for the very first time, I gave away my heart. Poor little fool, oh yeah, I was a fool, The next day she was gone, and I knew she'd lied to me. She left me with a broken heart and won her victory. Poor little fool, oh yeah, I was a fool, Well, I played this game for way too long, but I never thought I'd see the day that love would slay this love big song on me. Poor little fool, oh yeah, I was a fool, Poor little fool, oh yeah, I was a fool,
Now, I got a special guy I'm going to introduce. This guy was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. Anybody ready? Who would that be? Well, you know, I could tell you a million stories about Elvis, the King Elvis, but I'd like to tell you a story. If you'd like to hear this, a story about the first time I ever sang an Elvis song. Would you like to hear that? Would you like to hear that? Okay. Well, here I am. I'm like 12 years old, and I'm walking through the parlor. Anybody know what a parlor is? Not in Pennsylvania, they don't know what a parlor is. I'm walking through the parlor, and my mother's listening to Elvis on the radio. Now, my mother loved Elvis. She couldn't stand Frank Sinatra, and I'll tell you why. Because her sister Margie was very good friends with Jersey City, and they were from Hoboken, and they were very good friends. Nancy and my Aunt Margie were best of friends, and when they got divorced, that was an Italian house, that's it, boom. They're cut. That's it. He's done. So Sinatra wasn't played in the house anymore. But my mother loved Elvis because Elvis loved his mother. So here I am walking through the parlor. My mother said, Junior. My mother called me Junior. Junior, come here. I said, what? She says, I'm listening to you sing. You're pretty good. You know, you sound like Elvis. I said, come on, Mom. I didn't believe it. You know why? Because my mother's Italian. And all Italian mothers tell their kids they can sing, even if they can't. See, that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. So I didn't think nothing of it, except about 2 weeks later, I was walking through the parlor, and my 4 Italian aunts, my mother's sisters, were all sitting on the couch, you know? You know the couch with the plastic on it? You couldn't sit in the wintertime, it was too cold, and your ass stuck to it in the summertime. Huh? In fact, believe it or not, about 50 years later, we took the plastic off. The couch was brand new. So here we are. I'm walking through the parlor. My mother said, Junior, come here. I said, what do you want? She says, I want you to sing for my sisters. I said, Mom, come on. I don't want to sing for my aunts. She goes, I want you to sing for them. I said, Mom, I'm not going to do it. I'm 13 years old now. I'm not going to do that, Mom. She says, you're going to do it. I says, Mom, I'm not going to do it. You know? She says, I said, look at them, Mom. They're old. They're like almost 40 for crying out loud. You want me to sing for these old people? She says, you're going to sing. I said, I won't do it. She says, Junior, come a little closer. I said, what? She says, you want the wooden spoon? You know what? I came out of the gravy and hit you right here in the goolie every time. So I said, okay, Mom, I'll sing a song. And I sang a song called The Tennessee Waltz. I was dancing with my dog. Well, anyway, guess what? My 4 Italian aunts liked it. You know how when Italian aunts like something, you know what they do? They come over and they pinch your cheek. And my Aunt Mimi, she was ambidextrous. She got both cheeks at the same time. So here I am, my cheeks are hurting for a month, but now I know I can sing. You know why? Because my 4 Italian aunts just told me I can sing. So I formed a group called the Top Coats, and we entered ourselves in the 7th and 8th grade talent contest. Now, we didn't expect to win the contest. After all, there's going to be 32 contestants. Someone's playing piano, someone's playing the guitar, someone's doing a magic act. We're not going to win, and we don't care. We're there for one reason and one reason only. We're in the 7th grade, and we want to impress the 8th grade girls. Because there was a lot of cute girls in the 8th grade. And they wouldn't talk to us, they wouldn't dance to us, and the guys beat us up all the time. It's our chance to get even. So every day we went over to my buddy Tommy Capek's house. Now Tommy, he lived above a storefront, and in the back of the old storefront was an old garage, and every day we went in the back of that garage, and we practiced a song called Just Walking in the Rain. Johnny Ray, remember? Here we are, we're practicing every day, and his big brother, we're 13, his big brother comes in, he's 16, Frankie's 16, and he comes in, he goes, you guys are pretty good. What happens if you win the contest? Do you have an encore? And we said, well, what's an encore? He said, you gotta have another song. You can't do Just Walking in the Rain again. You gotta have something different. We said, well, Frankie, you know, you're 16, and when you're 16, you pretty much know everything. You know, like, there's nothing. I said, so what do you think we ought to do? He says, you want to impress the 8th grade girls. I said, yeah, that's what we're there for. He said, well, if you want to impress the 8th grade girls, do an Elvis song, because the girls will go crazy. This is 1956. The girls will go crazy over Elvis. So what? He picked a song out called Love Me. I don't know if you remember that one. 1956. And we practiced it just in case in a million, zillion, billion years we would win the contest. So the day of that contest, 32 contestants went up, and Mr. Mastic, who was the principal of school, got up on the stage and he says, boys and girls, we have a unanimous winner. The winner of today's contest is the Top Coats. We win the contest. Now we got to come out and we got to sing an Elvis song, and I'm so nervous. I can't tell you how nervous I was. I was shaking in my boots. I want these 8th grade girls to, you know, maybe like me, you know. But, so I keep trying. I keep saying to myself, can I do it? So I'm going to ask a big favor. And you can say no if you want, but being I'm nervous and being I would like to be back in the 7th grade. You think maybe you could be 8th grade girls just a little bit. Would that be okay? So if I kind of like move like this, you think maybe you can give me a yell. Now, of course, I'm not expecting any bras or panties to come up. In fact, in those days, we only had training bras, remember? 8th grade. So you think you could do that for me? Would you do it? Okay. So let me set it up. And see if you can be 8th grade girls for just a little bit. And I'll be a 7th grade boy, all right? That be good? Oh, sure. All right, here we go. Okay, here's how.
Treat me like a fool, and treat me mean and cruel, but me.
Get that clean, will you?
Break her heart, tear it all apart, but love me. Wherever you ever go.
Can you see this?
So lonely. I heard tomorrow. I'll be sad and blue, crying over you. Dear old.
Okay, 8th grade girls, let's give me a yell, okay? I'll see you after the show.
Just as the wind, your heart beating close to mine.
Come on, girls.
Well,
You can do better than that. The 8th grade girls are better than that.
so lonely.
begging on my knees. All I ask is please, please love me. Okay, let's come on, girls. Go ahead. I would beg. Boy, if it wasn't for you, I don't know what the hell I'd do. Your heart beating close to mine. All together. Where you ever go, darling, I'll be home. Taking you with me to the next show. So lonely. Begging on my knees. All I ask is please, please love me. Oh, yeah. All right. That's pretty funny. So here we are. I don't know about you guys, but when we had the summer off, when you're 13 years old and you got the summer off, it's the best time, because next year you're 14, you pretty much got to go to work. So 13, you got the whole summer, and what do you do all summer? You hang around the ball field, go up on the top of the bleachers, and every day we talked about baseball. We talked about Mickey. We talked about Willie. We talked about the Duke. Every day. And then, of course, we talked about, what do you think? Girls, that's what the hell you talk about. So here we are, we're like 13, we're up on the top of the bleachers and we're talking about baseball and girls, and some of the older girls in the neighborhood came and sat on the bottom of the bleachers. They're like 17 years old. We're 13, and we couldn't help but stare at these girls. After all, they had equipment our girls didn't have, you know what I'm talking about? So anyway, we're staring, they start staring back. Now there's only one thing to do when a 13-year-old boy is being stared at by a 17-year-old girl, and that is to get the hell out of there. So it's embarrassing. So I get down to the bottom of the bleachers, and one of the girls, her name was Ellen Murphy. I'll never forget, she's about 6 foot tall, couldn't have weighed any more than 100 pounds. Skinny girl, 17-year-old girl, and she says, Junior, come here. I said, what do you want, Ellen? She says, hey, the girls think you're cute. Think I'm still pretty cute? What do you think?
That ship sailed.
That's right. In fact, it was 14 when it should. So here we are. I says to her, Ellen, what are you talking about? She says, hey, the girls think you're cute. We want to take you to the Brooklyn Paramount tomorrow, the rock and roll show. I said, Ellen, are you kidding me? She said, we want you to go with. I said, Ellen, I want to go. She said, well, if you want to go, you got to tell me you want to go. I said, Ellen, really, I really like that. I really want to. I mean, I really would love to. She says, well, are you going to go or not? I said, yeah, I like to go, but you got to ask my mother. So the ball field, we were right across the street from the ball field, so she goes over to my mother and she says, Aunt Joe. Now, my mother's Josephine, but everybody called her Aunt Joe. In fact, I don't know about you, but everybody in my neighborhood that was a neighbor was an aunt, right? And at that time, believe it or not, they only came with one uncle. That was it. They only had one. So she says, Aunt Joe, could we take Junior to the rock and roll show tomorrow? And my mother says, yeah, sure. In those days, go ahead. So the next day, we hopped the bus. We took the subway down to Brooklyn. We get to the Brooklyn Paramount. And Alan Freed comes down and introduces the groups and everything. And at that particular day, he had two groups that really had the same song. The background was pretty much the same. The words were different. But today's copyright things, you know, when I sing these two songs together, you're going to believe how close they are. So he says, the first group was from a group from Los Angeles. They call themselves the Penguins. And they had a song called Earth Angel. And the other group was right here from New York City. And they called themselves Little Anthony Imperials. And had a song called Tears on My Pillow. So I'm going to do those two songs for you. But you're going to have to help me out, okay? Would you help me? Okay, here we go. Little Anthony first. Come on, give me a ooh. You don't remember me, but I remember you. 'Twas darling shoe. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart, caused by you. If we could start anew, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd gladly take you back and take the hand of fate. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart, caused by you. Love is not a gadget. Love is not a gadget. Love is not a toy. When you find the one you love to fill your heart with joy. If we could start it, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd gladly take you back and take the hand of fate. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart. Go. Okay. There's the Penguins. Same song. Go. There was put a waha on the end of oohs. Now just give me a waha. Waha. Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear? Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. Remember this part? Earth angel, the one I adore, love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you. And the bass would always go like this. Do, do, do. I fell for you, and I knew the vision of your ugliness. I hope and pray that someday that I'll be the vision of your happiness. Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear? Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. Give yourselves a nice hand. You remember the whole song. Well, usually, would you like to do, I can do one more song for you and then Joe's going to end the show. And so, I usually don't do this song because I usually run out of my voice at the end of the show. Getting too old to sing anymore. But how many people remember their first teenage dance? Where was it? Does anybody remember? Where would it be? And it was in what kind of a room? A gym. And you walked in the gym, and what did your first thing when you were a 13-year-old boy, you walked into the gym, what's the first thing you saw? The boys were on that side of the gym, and the girls were on that side of the gym. And the boys are all like, they're really cool. They're going, I kissed that girl over there. But they're scared to ask the girls to dance. They won't ask the girls to dance. The girls don't even give a crap. They're dancing by themselves. What do they care? But the boys are not going to ask. They're just too chicken. So the DJ's going, how am I going to get these kids to dance? And these boys will never dance. And he got a great idea. He says, boys and girls, this next song is going to be a lady's choice. That's how you get the boys. And as the girls ran across the gym floor, they asked that cute boy in the met in English class to dance. The DJ plays the #1 song in the 50s. It was a group from Bridgeport, Connecticut. They call themselves the 5 Satins And the song went like this. Come on, sing along. I need your help. Come on, sing everybody. Come on, everybody sing. In the still of the night, I held you tight, for I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go. In the still of the night. Give me a I remember, ready? I remember that night in May, the stars were bright above. I'll hope and I'll pray to keep your precious love before the light. Hold me again, dear, with all of your might, in the still of the night. Can you give me a shoo-wop, shoo-wah? Ready? Shoo-wop, shoo-wah, shoo-wop, shoo-wah. There you go. Shoo-wop, shoo-wah, shoo-wop. Bo-do-do-do-do-do. Shoo-wop, shoo-wah. Shoo-wop, shoo-wah, shoo-wop, shoo-wah, shoo-wop, oh-do-do-do-do-do, oh-oh-oh-oh-oh. So before the light, hold me again, dear, with all of your might, in the still of the night. Now we'll sing it all together. Ready? All together. In the still of the night. In the still of the night. Okay. So did you have a good time? Here's the man, Tony, stand up. Come on, Tony. Stand up a minute. I don't know where the hell he found me, but probably in the Italian Lost and Found somewhere, right? How many people Italian? How many people are men's, like me? I'm Irish and Italian. Okay. So if you had a good time, and Joe's going to finish the show up for us. If you had a good time and you belong to another organization, if you belong to like the Knights of Columbus, if you belong to a JCC's, if you belong to a library or another senior club, I know we're in Pearl River, New York, so if anybody in your family's getting out of jail early, come up and get one of our cards, okay? Let's have a nice big hand for Joe. Joe's going to be doing the uncrowned king of rock and roll. Let's have a nice big hand for Joe and Chuck Berry. All right, sing along with me here.
Way down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, who never country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play that guitar like a ring in the bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. He used to play the guitar in the gunny sack. I sit beneath the tree by the railroad track. Old landing and the standing sitting in the shade, strumming his guitars like a driver's mate. People passing by, they would stop and say, oh my, that little country boy could play. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. Here we go. His mother used to tell him, son, you'll be a man, and you will be the leader of a big old band. Old people coming from miles around to hear them play the music when the sun will go down. Maybe someday you will be in lights. I said, Johnny, be good tonight. Go, 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 let's hear you. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. Thank you.
All right. My son Joe. Now I know I look a lot younger than him, but you know. So anyway, did you have a good time? Yes. And I want to thank you so much again. Pearl River, beautiful. I live in a 55 and older community, by the way. I live in Wanacue, New Jersey. We have a place over called Wanacue Reserve. 90% of the people there are from Rockland County, so it's only right next to like Ringwood, so it's only like a couple towns in, and it's nice place to be. I know I missed my house. It was 5-6 years ago, but we're getting used to it. You have a house here or condos? What is it? Condos, yeah. Yeah, that's what we have, condos. And, well, anyway, we had a good time. And I just like to give you a little bit of information about me and Joe. By the way, we're both in the business, and we're in the baseball business, but we're both history buffs. We really love history. How many people love history here? It's the most wonderful thing. You know, if you don't have history, you're going to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. So I read every... Oh, is that right? I thought she was... I'm not going to say it. So that's okay. Well, you know, we're all old now, so you don't have to worry about it. So here we are about history books. The best history book of all. I hope you would know what this is the Bible. Now, I read the Bible back and forth like 17 times, and it has the most interesting stories in there. Now, believe it or not, I always wondered if there was a story that didn't make it into the Bible. You know, so I searched and I searched. Now we got the internet, you can really look around. I searched and I found a story that didn't make it into the Bible. You're not going to hear it at church. If you're in a synagogue, you won't hear it there because I'm probably the only one that knows this because I really had to search it. Would you like to know the story? Let me tell you. Over 2,000 years ago, when Jesus was walking through the desert, he came down. He was preaching to like hundreds and hundreds of people, and he came down to the town of Bethlehem. You know Bethlehem. And as he's going into town, you know they have those big billboards. You know as you're going in, and he sees a big sign that says, "Visit Finkelstein's tailor shop, the finest robes in the Middle East." So he says to himself, you know what? My robe is all torn and tattered. He says, I think I'd like to go see Finkelstein. So he walked into Finkelstein's, you know, the bell rang, and Finkelstein comes out. He says, yes, can I help you? He says, well, I'm looking for a new robe. I got to go back out into the desert. I'm preaching, you know. He says, I need something, you know, comfortable. He says, well, we got some over here, 50% off, you know. He says, but I think what you need in the desert is probably something to wash and wear, like something with rayon in it. And Jesus says, no, I'm just looking for something plain, something nice that'll breathe. He said, I got a perfect robe for you. He comes in the back, he puts on the robe. Jesus puts on a robe. It's a cotton robe. It's white, it's beautiful. And Jesus goes, I really love this robe. He says, I really like it. He says, but it's a little loose here. It's a little tight. Finkelstein says, so when you need the robe? He says, I need it this afternoon. I'm going to go back out into the desert again. So Finkelstein says, okay. He says, I'll tell you what, you come back in the afternoon, I'll have the robe ready for you. So he comes back, Jesus puts the robe on, and it fits him like a glove. Perfect. He says, I love this robe. He says, how much owe you for this robe? And Finkelstein says, you're Jesus, right? He says, yeah. He says, you owe me nothing. Nothing. You don't have to worry about Jesus. You owe me nothing. He says, I owe you nothing. Oh, come on, there's got to be something I can do. He says, there's one thing you could do for me. He said, what? He said, when you go out and talk to all those preachers, all those teachers, all those people again, you're out in the desert talking to all those people, would you mind mentioning Finkelstein's tailor shop? So Jesus goes, sure, I'll do anything you want for me. So he goes out, and he's walking through the desert now. He's out there for 6 months, and he comes back to the town of Bethlehem. And he comes in, and he's walking by Finkelstein's tailor shop, and Finkelstein goes, Jesus, come here. Jesus goes, what's going on, Finkelstein? He says, hey, we got to go into business together. I'm selling robes like you wouldn't believe. He says, we're going to business together. Jesus says, well, I don't mind picking up a couple extra bucks, but what would we call ourselves? He says, we're going to call ourselves Finkelsteins and Jesus. And Jesus goes, I don't want to take second billing, I'm Jesus, right? He says, Finkelstein says, well, then you think of something. So Jesus is walking back and forth. And finally goes, Jesus, I got it. And he says, what? He says, Lord and Taylor. The true story. And now they went out of business. So God bless you, everybody. Thank you so much for having us.
Just to be best tonight, but